My name is Kelly from Kurly Something, and this is our song, Human Condition.
Pascal, he invited me to the pool today.
Yep, me too. But guess who not going?
We working, baby.
Yes,
we working.
We not going.
Cause my name Kodak Black, but when you see me,
I'm white.
Hey. Hi, my name is Chrvns.
My name's Noel.
And this is Shut Up and Listen. And today we have a very special guest, someone who has been near and dear to the entire community, helping everybody out far in between. You may not know the face. You may heard the name, but you about to learn everything today. Y'all make some noise for Kelly Sorbel.
Thanks, you guys.
Yeah,
I'm stoked to be here.
Nah,
I'm really excited to be here.
Man, yeah, because we were at Make.Shift, or I was at Make.Shift, and you were not there for that, so...
I let everybody in, move some stuff around. That's my job.
Yeah.
Took the trash out, make sure that was good.
Exactly, got to make it look good. So, all right, so for the people that don't know, who is Kelly?
Oh, man, I am a lot of things. I'm the operations director at Make.Shift Art Space, so I book all the bands. I work on all the curations in the art gallery. I book the studios and run all that. Work with a lot of interns. That's a big project of mine, is keeping interns going. Yeah. All manner of things. I'm an artist, audio engineer, musician. try to skate if I can.
Damn, how you find time, bro?
Oh man, I started sleeping more recently too. I'm on a hard
shit.
8 to 10. Yeah, I'm just like I'm up in the morning and I'm feeling
Bro,
good.
8 to 10, that would make me more tired.
In the morning is when I wake up, or 8 to 10 hours.
That's what I'm
you
saying.
sleep? Yeah,
That's what I'm
no.
saying. 8 to 10 hours of sleep makes me more tired.
Yours is 6, huh?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good with the
Same.
6.
How old are
Same.
you?
I'm 29.
Oh, it's gonna change, my friend. It changes.
That's what you think, bro.
No,
That's what you think.
No, time
Get
takes
old,
it.
nigga.
Internally, I am still 8 years old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna be tired 8-year-old pretty soon.
29-year-old with 9-year-old problems.
Nah, your son don't need a big brother, bro. He need you.
Oh man. So, what'd you do today?
What I did today, I went to therapy this morning. I recommend everybody doing that as much as they can, or doing something along that line. I go less than I have. I took a break, but you always can come back, you know, and it's really good to have that home to come back to every time when you need it.
How long you been doing it?
What's up?
How long you been doing it?
Probably 5 years.
Oh, dang.
Started right before the pandemic. Pandemic was kind of raw with the telehealth on the screen and stuff, but it's good to be accountable to something. I think it's just good to be accountable to something that's not yourself, especially if you're a creative person. It can be all about your needs and your creative, and like, yes, we have to do this to live, but
Yeah.
it's really good to check in and see like how you're doing and take that space for yourself, you know, and it can get crazy if you don't. So I did that. I had a burrito. I went to band practice. And that's it. Now we're here.
Yeah, I feel like therapy and like creating we go perfect hand in hand. Then.
And burritos, man.
You feel like
burritos.
yes. Where'd you get the burrito from though? First?
Netos.
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 Shout out
Boy,
Netos.
right on the other side of that.
Netos is
In
good,
my
man.
opinion, one of the superior burritos in town. It's good. It's consistent. The folks are really nice. It's a cool family shop. It's got everything
Yep.
you need. You know,
Local,
like
man. They've been around.
been around. You know, anywhere you go on Saturday morning, everybody's eating soup all crazy is like where you want to go and eat. Like, in my opinion, for that type of food.
Hell yeah.
So it's good.
So I guess now we got that.
Now we got that.
Netos.
Netos plug.
So like I say the week that you go to therapy, do you feel like that helps or that kind of coincides with like making the music or just anything that you're trying to get creatively done?
Absolutely.
And do you feel like that comes and expresses out?
Yeah, I do, and it's almost a mandatory day off sometimes. Like if you're really getting in there, I do this thing called EMDR. That's like the light bar type of thing that happens, and it's a type of almost hypnosis that's designed to reset trauma receptors in your brain so that you can react from this point of view rather than like a traumatic event that rewired your system a bit, whatever, through life. And that has changed my life exponentially. But sometimes you're really tired after it, and it's just like you're going in all on yourself. So it's a good day to like, it's almost the day to like break from creativity and see what happens, like, and just kind of flow with it. And I often do make a lot of great stuff that day when I do that, but it's such a cool way to look at how you're reacting to something. And that can be creatively too of, I gotta go. If I don't do this, it's not gonna happen. And I think it's good for creatives to have a second, be like, I can take a minute and it's still all gonna be there. Yeah. I might even be better if I take a second for myself. So yeah, they're hand in hand now. I almost like I'm almost gonna quit, and then I'm like, I'm gonna keep that around, like just to see what happens if I need it.
Yeah, you making my whole date right now. Hold on, bro.
Yeah, no, this is deep, man. It takes away like that obligation of like I gotta do the creative stuff. I gotta get on it. You know, I gotta release something. Gotta share it.
I feel like that's very important because you've been in. I don't know how many bands have you been. How can we count?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah, we could try. It's and since I started doing it, there was. I moved here with my best friends from high school. We moved away from this little town in Eastern Washington, and we're like, let's go be a band here. We were like this little Sublime sounding thing. You know, you look back and you're like, whatever, you know, we got started. But that was VK. We did Shiza Guys. I was in A Gun That Shoots Knives for a long time. Kurly Something. I'm in Telekinesis now. I've been in Cat Positive and Cat Valley, like filling in on drums.
I didn't know that.
A whole slew of like playing music and like burlesque stuff on Capitol Hill for folks.
Oh, that's sick.
That was really cool. I'm probably forgetting. Oh, Yeah, I'm in one called Capillary right now. See, I'm in another one. How many bands am I in right now?
In the pocket,
yeah. Always keeping something going. We were talking about it a little earlier. I went to college later in life. I got done 2 years ago, and I had moved away from Seattle, which was, I never planned on moving away from there ever. And life changed and things weren't working there so well. And I ended up going to school, and it was the first time I had taken a break from music. I had never gone on a vacation in my adult life. It was always tour. Like, I never, so if I was going to go on a trip, I went on trips all the time, but it was to
That's
like
not
work.
A vacation where you're not doing absolutely nothing.
You still working.
Drink in hand.
Yeah, you just none of that, you know. And I didn't do that stuff until I moved away from Seattle, and it was really hard at first because it was my whole identity. I mean, you know, like music and identity can get too intertwined. It can be very good, but it can get too intertwined. And you run the risk of not living a full life because you have these obligations that are awesome. But, you know, if we're not actually making a living from it, like, do we have to do this like a business, you know? Like, do we have to do it like the corporate world or all these things that kind of get fed to us? Yeah. And more stuff will happen if you do that, like every time. Like, you will have better shows will come up. You'll last a lot longer. You won't burn out.
That's facts. Yeah. I found that out real quick, bro. I took my step back and just literally just having fun with it again. Mm-hmm. Everything I do started being more goofy, and everything's been falling into place. As you said. It
gets better that way. I almost got chills about it. I'm stoked for you. I used to, you know, it's weird to, you know, it's like I wasted my 20s caring too much about a band, you know, but I kind of did in some ways, or I didn't do a bunch of other stuff that other people did.
I guess.
No, but to do it later in life, like you said, like going to college and stuff, like when was it you enrolled? What age?
I was 35 when I did it. I got tattooed that says 34 right before that. I always have to look like
a reminder
what that is. Yeah, so I was 35, and then I was like, you know, I'm not playing in a band now for the first time ever in my adult life. What am I going to do? Getting a bachelor's degree before I was 40 became a goal. I did that, you know, and then it opens up all these other doors. Thank you. That was hard. I didn't quit in the pandemic. I kept going, you know, like
especially working from doing the school from home. That had to be just like bullshit.
Yeah, it was hard, you know, and I did a lot of audio engineering stuff through that, and that was really hard to do not in a studio.
Zoom calls and
and I had a little practice space that I started turning into a studio and starting to get this drive to record. And I spent I got a bunch of school loans. I bought all the gear with that to start it. And just all my senior projects were doing projects out of my studio. And I just normalized working there. And then when I got done, I was like, doors are open. And which led to some growing pains, you know, of starting to jump the gun a little bit there on professional jobs. But we're getting through it, you know, and like we're still working. And I love it. You know, I just absolutely love it. So that's that thing. If I would have just kept grinding on the same tour and mindset, I would never got to this place now where I get to work in music full time. Like it's either at Make.Shift where I'm in booking or arts or working with youths or interns all around creative subjects, or I'm at the recording studio, or I'm working on a video project. I'm doing some freelance art tonight. I'm finishing that job up. It's all I do now, and it's like
all right, that's what I'm trying to get to, bro.
Yeah,
blessed thing, man. It is hard to do.
Too, bro.
This close.
You play all the time. You're playing a bunch of shows.
But I still got my 9 to 5. But the 9 to 5 has nothing to do with music.
Yeah.
So I want to find a way to get the 9 to 5 incorporated with something music related, just something that I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, and that's a trip too, because like when it's something you love and you do it all day, kind of, because it's going to be for somebody else when you're doing it for a job.
That is facts. Yeah.
It's like I'm just now getting to the point where it's 6 and I'm like, I'm going to go home and play video games and sit around. It's not like, oh, I got to get me now, you know, like, because you're tired after work still. And it's definitely it's an interesting transition going from 9 to 5s, or I did restaurant industry stuff where that kept me going because all I wanted to do was play music or be out of that job. So that was what I thought about.
Yeah.
And then when you are doing creative stuff all day, you're like, well, shit, what do I do now? You know, like, is there that drive?
A little reset at that.
Or something to kind of take it away from you a little bit to give you that push to do it.
We'll be right back after these messages. We'd like to give a special thanks to Lost Giant Cider Company, always providing us with our cider beverages and the best of the cider beverages. Visit Lost Giant's tap room in the heart of Bellingham at 1200 Meter Avenue in the Haskell Business Center. It's just down the street from Lakeway Fred Meyer.
Menace Brewing, located in the Fountain District, is where flavor is unleashed.
It serves as a local hub of craft beer and community. Recognized as the neighborhood's premier soccer hangout, you know I love me some soccer, Menace Brewing isn't just a brewery, it's the go-to spot for sports action and local engagement. Visitors can catch the game, connect with fellow fans, and immerse themselves in the heart of the spirited community. Menace Brewing invites everyone to join them, where every visit feels like coming home. Experience Menace Brewing in Bellingham today. And welcome back. So, what year was it that you moved to Bellingham? Because you said it was
back in the turn of the century in 2001. I moved to Bellingham originally.
Okay, so we better have some. Hold on. Hey.
I watched 9/11 from my first place on Q Street, and this
escalated.
The TV had a dial still, you know. Turn of the century stuff.
All right, because we've asked this question to a good few of folks that have been on the podcast before, but I feel like this answer you're gonna have way more detail, a lot bigger, a bigger span. What are some of the biggest changes that you've seen in the Bellingham music scene over time?
In the Bellingham,
you can even go in waves. You can even give it like chunks.
Oh yeah, there's definitely waves. Well, at that time, I'm already doing that stuff.
Back in my day,
yeah, at that time, there was
9/11.
Nah, it was at 9/11.
Yeah,
around there.
Yeah, right at 9/11. We had Estrus Records was pushing a lot. Dave Estrus was doing a lot of rock and roll albums that were still really connected to like the 90s Northwest grunge and rock and garage rock movement. And the 3B Tavern and there was the Factory was what the Shakedown was previously, which was kind of the underling of the 3B. Like you kind of worked your way up through the Factory and then you get into 3B, which was a cool system to have. And the Factory was down for you, and you know, Reese, RIP, was so cool. He'd have Sunday night, Monday night punk rock shows for all the brand new bands, and that's how so many bands got started in that. And he didn't care what you made at the door, and it was $5 or something or free. And so to the point, like that was really predominant. So like garage rock and roll, metal, like the whole of State Street was all venues, and that changed quite a bit. You know, Daylight, they're got the properties, and they definitely didn't renew some leases. And you can see the plan they put into place back then happening now with the look of the neighborhood and almost the sound of the neighborhood, and trying to control like college mobs and stuff like that. So it was cool. Like, and it was the tail end of this movement. Rudy's Pizza was there, and they had shows, and the Up and Up had shows, and there was a bunch of festivals, and it was cool, you know, like, and I kind of got to see the tail end of that. I'm right at the age where I got to see the tail end of all this Northwest 90s, like rock stuff that happened. And it was really cool to see that. And everybody was really together. And that's a big difference of like, not only the sound, like back then there wasn't a lot of hip hop and stuff, and Guinness and the Reparations was pretty much the group. And like, those are my guys, and they'd play, everybody would play together too. So it was a lot of rock bands. Everybody was drinking at the 3B anyway, so they'd be like, let's do a show, you know? And you get these big multi-genre shows where didn't matter. Yeah, and like everybody was there and pumped, you know? And so that's, I mean, changes like, is like the venues have all changed. The sounds have changed for sure. It was definitely dirtier and rockier and stuff, and hip hop was really raw that was going on. Like it was super raw and
dusty.
Yeah, God, what's that other? There was another group here. I can't remember Guinness's old group. Oh, we'll put it in the comments after.
We'll put it right here afterwards.
Yeah, totally. There were some great groups back then, but you know, and in other ways, the only thing that has changed is like, I think what's changed the most is that a lot of artists playing get their influences from mainstream sources, and the internet in general is a cleaner approach to it. And you had to really like be present at shows to learn about bands. And there was a once a month magazine, What's Up would be your like goal, which I think we should have a group magazine again. Cause I think it helped the community to have a goal and like to see that you had a review up, that you didn't know there was a reviewer there was rad, you know, like, and a reason to put that album, you know, it's like media is a part of the change.
We're trying to do that here, trying to make sure that we can get reviews, get any kind of show all calendars on the website, you know, just basically have that same kind of feeling that what's up. It's going to take some more building, you know, but I feel like we're slowly working our way there. Because I know that was something. I was in there once or twice. It was never for me. It's because I was featured or with somebody else. And I was like, yo, I'm right there in it. It was awesome. The best feeling, bro.
It feels good. You got a print article to use for press. Like, it's just great, you know, like, and it was awesome. And seeing that change, I feel like people, because Bellingham, there's like so much going on in smaller different pockets and age groups and styles where there's house venues I've never been to that I wouldn't probably go to. It's like, it's a different thing that I'm doing, but I don't know what's going on with them, you know, and it was nice to have some of that caliber where everything was kind of unified a little bit. And so that's a big change, you know, it's just like, people really you had to just be at the show a little more, and that kind of made things a little more memorable. And
everybody supports each other with that.
Yeah. It was really cool. And, you know, that's pretty much the biggest change. In a lot of ways, it's still, there's more bands than ever. You know, house shows come and go. There will always be that legacy house that's not there anymore. It's like my favorite meme that's like, legendary venue, just regular basement now, you know, it's like a show and then just the basement all empty, and you're like, yes, like, cause there is some spots that I'm like, that's where I became the person I am, and like wanted to care, or met that band on tour, you know, and was like, how'd you guys do this and stuff like that. So that's really the big changes in my opinion. Like, it still goes off up here. One thing that's really different musically is there isn't legacy bands anymore. And by that, I mean, like, most groups are pretty new in like rock and metal and punk and stuff like that. I feel like hip hop actually has more like long running folks now and then new people getting in. But, you know, and by legacy, I almost say, like, to me, like, Dryland's been a band for a super long time and been like really consistent. And there's not a lot of other consistent like rock as a whole genre, like loud guitar and drums thing, long lasting band that, like, when I got into booking shows again, that was the biggest thing, because you don't just find the headliner that you know is the headliner. That's just out. Like, it was all out after COVID, which was one of the most refreshing changes in my life, of new booking structures and new communities and groups that didn't know the old bands, you know, 2 years to know what's up. Whole fresh bunch of kids come in for college, and nothing mattered that I did. Nobody knows about Kurly Something, and I kind of love it, where I'm just like, cool, like, now we got to get out there and play again and show you again.
Yeah, totally. It's a fresh palette right there.
It's really cool. Yeah, totally. But it is interesting where there isn't more like in that like 30s and 40s group. There isn't a lot of 30-year-olds in Bellingham. We got kind of a exigency of, what are you rocking, 35?
You about to add two to the
I'll
list.
be in December.
Don't leave. Dig in. It's nice here. We don't have to go. And that's what I did. I left when I was 22, and I came back when I was 35 or 6 or something. Yeah. That's what everybody does.
You thought you got pushed out. You're like, all these young motherfuckers.
I can't do it. Nah, bro.
Fuck these kids.
I'm gonna go out with a bang, bro.
I'm an adult now.
Well, I want to rewind just a little bit, because you're talking about the booking and whatnot.
The do's and don'ts.
Let's go ahead. You go ahead, bro.
Tell us the do's and don'ts. I know you want to share that.
Let them know, bro. Let them know. You trying to get booked at Make.Shift. How does that look?
Yeah, and Make.Shift and the rest of the world. Like, I see so many emails of all calibers, and there's so many cool. There's always going to be, and I've represented my band this way before too, as I was learning, where I just got an email the other day from a band that presented their local accolades in many paragraphs for what bands they've opened up with and what producer they've opened or like worked with, and a ton of great names. I happen to notice a few of them, but they're not like, we have a draw here. You know, there's still no draw. Like, this band had put a lot of money into production.
You can have streams all day, but can you bring people out?
Exactly. You know, and then at the very bottom is like, we're looking for September something or other. And like, I don't think that bands realize how many emails that venues get, and media too, and anything that you're like contacting when you're a musician. Like, those people are just like, you get a lot of emails, and you do need to kind of help. I'm not saying do my job, but make it a little easier so I can help you out. And it's just like
easier to look at, easier to go, okay, boom, quick reply.
Date on top, see below for more info. Because see below for more info. That's what I wish more folks would do, you know. And because it is interesting, but it doesn't matter if you're doing really well in San Diego and you get to open up for all the bigger bands to come through because you're established at that venue. Like now we're real far away from there, and what are we going to do with that? So I think organizing your information to being more direct of what you're looking for. And I really feel like when you're on tour and you're an emerging band or you're not established in that area, if you're going to look for the date, having one local band you've already talked to that says they're interested too, we're eyeballing this date. That just gives a booker so much more faith that
confidence,
you've been talking to people in the community and that this could go off, and I'll meet you in the middle. I always like to kind of meet in the middle on if somebody can bring one band, I'll bring another band.
Nice.
And we'll do it like that, and that gives me an opportunity to bring in bands that they might not know about. Make.Shift's really great spot to bring in high school bands or brand new bands, or I get a lot of emails that just say, hey, we're starting something up. We don't have a record yet. Can we play something? And I'll be like, I'll find you that opening slot at some point.
Okay, that was gonna be another thing I asked for. Like if they're not asking for a particular date, they're saying, hey, if you have any opening slots available, could we fill that in?
Yeah. So that one too, always come with a date. Like I think somebody gave me a ring. If you have a date between September and November, we'd love to play. And it's like, I'm not going to remember that. Ever. I'm never going to remember.
He said, bro, you see this list?
It's
Look at all
gone.
these unreads.
It's gone. And those,
Come on,
and I'll write everybody back, but I do kick those ones down the road a little bit. And then Make.Shift's a great opportunity where you can write me a pretty unorganized, one could call bad, email, and I will respond and give you suggestions of where else you could play or if it would work here. I always like to be like, if it doesn't work, like Shakedown, Blue Room. We got Ramble Tamble now as a really great
Ramble
spot.
Tamble. And I think they just got the permit for the back, right?
That's great. Yeah, I heard they were trying to do that.
Nice.
And
So
then
they
it's
got a
gonna
back room
change.
now.
Shout out, hey, Tom, you doing your thing, man. I can't wait to see it.
We'll see
Yeah.
you, bro.
So I send lots of people that way, especially it's a small room. Maybe the locals will fill it up anyway, and then an unknown band can play in there and it'll work out. Make.Shift can still be kind of big if nobody's there for being a basement, in my opinion.
No, this is where I had my first shows, and it was the best time ever.
It's good down there.
Good time.
Sweaty.
I love it. Yeah, real
Sweaty.
sweaty. Yeah,
Sweaty.
Yeah, it's a humid.
I did 2 songs, bro, and I was drenched.
Yeah.
It's like 2014, bro. It's 10 years ago now.
10 years ago, that's wild. Time is flying.
We've been out here, bro. We've been at.
Crazy.
It's not 9/11, but it's.
What's our 9/11? I don't know, man.
Speaking of 9/11,
Trump getting elected. That was our 9/11 for sure.
I know it's gonna be a weird segue, bro.
Yeah.
Speaking of 9/11, I saw in the email that you sent us because what happens is we'll send an email to get some information, like anything you want to talk about. You had a story that you almost died.
Oh yeah. Speaking of 9/11, yeah. So,
What happened, bro?
Yeah,
I have
man,
to ask. 'Cause I
that's
seen that. I
really
was like, "There's no way I'm not asking about this."
oh yeah, that was real recently. It was crazy. I got salmonella poisoning. They're telling you. Check it out.
Where was it?
I can't say out in public like that. I don't want it. I don't want
It
it.
sounds like you're 95%.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I
Who
was
fucked you
questioning.
up? We'll bleep it out, man.
I was questioning those beans. I was looking at these beans that did not look right. Still in the liquid and stuff, and it was really hot. And so I did it anyway.
That boy was on the toilet. He was dying.
And we'll circle back around to not working too much too about this because I was in a rush, and I was like, I'll do it anyway. And then I got really sick the next day. I got sepsis really fast. So I got a blood infection, and an intestinal infection, and my colon. And I was shutting down.
You immediately went to the doctor.
I was trying to sleep it off. My girlfriend, bless her, did the thing where she said, I think we should go, and I was like, I'll sleep. And then instantly, I didn't have the levels of a living person with potassium or electrolytes or magnesium. That was all gone through stuff coming out. And I got sepsis really, really fast. And that's a really fast spreading blood infection that goes down pretty hard. And we get really, really sick, and the turnaround from that took a really long time. I was in bed for a good month. I was in hospital for a week.
Oh shit!
Just got out of the hospital. I couldn't really walk that much. the whole system was super jacked and a lot of pain, and my colon was all messed up. So it's a crazy one where it's like wasn't the most exciting near-death thing. And, you know, I've done a lot of stuff that could have killed me or some things.
I know. Like, I've been there too, man.
We've been there.
But my bad. We was yelling at you. You was stuck in a bed we was laughing at you. You was stuck in a bed for a month, bro.
What are you gonna do?
Don't make light of the situation.
Yeah, no, we're at that point.
You know, you're here, you're healthy, you look great, bro. For real. Like for what you went through, like
you survived that and 9/11.
Long recovery, trying to hard.
Nigga, 9/11.
It was the 9/11 of food poisoning, I think. Really,
So,
like,
yeah.
It was crazy.
Boom.
Changed my whole life. Everything's different now. Like I dropped a lot of things. You just when you're sitting there in bed, you know, with IVs in, and people are worried, you know, and it was more the way people look at you when they come in and see you, and you're just like, oh shit, I'm fucked up.
Yeah, I'm looking
like,
bad.
Yeah, I thought I was good, you know, and then not good, you know, and that could just the fragility of life to eat some food and get sepsis from that. It's like, you know, like, cause I used to party pretty hard and do stupid drug shit. And we used to do bad things. Don't do it, kids. And,
stay in school, eat your vegetables.
Do it. In the long run, it'll work out, you know? And, yeah, then you just eat something and life goes crazy. And now I'm just fully blessed to be here, you know, be at this point where I can still keep helping people, helping myself, be stoked to take a break and know that music will be there tomorrow for me because I'm alive, you know, like it almost wasn't there for me because I didn't know, you know. And
you would have just kept sleeping it off and it would have got worse and worse.
A couple hours out would have been a whole different ball game, you know. I don't know if I would have come out of that.
Right,
so
no, that's wild.
Thank you, Jess Bonin, for taking me to that hospital. That was, you know, I wouldn't be here without that. So that's given me an infinite amount of stoke since then of just like how much life can go in a second like that. So like getting it right now and being ready for tomorrow is
being grateful for today and ready for tomorrow.
I know you've been grateful for today a bunch of times. We'll be right back after these messages. You know that one record you're trying to find on vinyl from your favorite artist, you just can't find it. Have you ever checked out Black Noise? It is the heart of Bellingham's music scene, founded by the one and only Nico Sanchez. They've got all sorts of indie gems, handpicked by Nico himself. Jazz, punk, you name it. Swing by for some good vibes and, you know, whatever album you're trying to find. 1312 Bay Street, Deppin. Binary Recording Studio is a versatile space designed to cater to all music genres. And when I say all, I mean all. If you're into jazz, rock, hip-hop, or anything in between, Binary is equipped to bring your music to life. With the expert engineering and the best setup, my boy Bob, he can capture the essence of whatever you are wanting to create and bring it, you know, just to reality. From there, book your session today, unleash your creativity at Binary Recording Studio. But for real, my boy Bob, he will not disappoint. And welcome back. I have this photo I want to talk about.
Okay.
Oh, that's
okay. Let me see it first.
So evidently, one of our, if you're listening right now, one of our favorite places to go is probably the Cabin Tavern.
Ah, yes.
The Cabin.
We have a photo here.
I forgot I shared that with you. Yeah, the Cabin was cooler then. I'm telling you, it was sketchy.
Said, I think you were saying there were shows or something there.
There was shows there. Yeah, it was awesome. And that's something that's changed with Bellingham too. Is there was a lot of like small rooms like that. And yeah, that was crazy.
So what is going on here? It looks like,
well, it's like performance art, right?
Yeah, you got nuts on your face, and you got like a little pantyhose.
Yeah,
and then it looks like a frat shirt. I can't tell. Maybe
like Kanye.
Oh, 666. It is. It's Kanye in Paris.
Yes.
This is Yeezus.
It's a Yeezus.
What's a pre-Yeezus right there?
It's pre-Yeezus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
post 9/11.
Give us a rundown. What happened that day?
So this day, I'm pretty sure. My little nuts. Tall tube socks. That was on purpose too, to match the little shorts. You know what I used to do? So we're going to go top to bottom. We got the old pantyhose on the head look because that just kind of looks cool. It looks weird. It does make your face. My girlfriend used to hate it when I did that move. I kind of stopped doing it because it bummed her out so hard.
You get home, she's like, no, not tonight.
Don't do it.
We got the microphone around the cable. At that time in that band in Kurly Something, that was a project I did when I was coming out of a lot of addiction and sad times things. So a lot of the songs were about kind of some darker shit, and I would act some of those things out sometimes, which is really gnarly looking back. The t-shirt, that band, we were creating kind of like on some Guar shit where there was like as much backstory as I could build for something. So that's like the language. I made like a script for everything.
Oh, that's dope.
666 always looks cool, so you throw that in. The tiny white shorts, what I used to do, I did this bit that was like community trust camp where I'd have people cut my pants into shorts while I was singing songs, and then I would like move around quite a bit or whatever, and then the whole idea was just like, I trust you not to cut me, stranger guy. It was a cool move. I never got caught once. I probably did that.
Oh, you know how careful people are probably gonna be, just because he got scissors, right? Or
those
knife.
are short ones.
Like they get to dictate how short your shorts were gonna be.
Yeah, totally.
That is pretty short. That's kind of close.
They almost cut your nuts off.
Yeah, there was one time I had to talk with the guy where I was like, you can't, you got him not messing around.
Talk music.
Hey, my nuts hanging a little lower than you thought. Okay.
Yeah, so that's what the short shorts is. So that was community trust, and that was like on a trip of like, let's learn how to trust your neighbor or whatever.
Love thy neighbor, bro.
Tall white socks just to kind of cap it off. And Audra is actually working the bar. She's the person, she helped start Make.Shift, and then she was bartending there, and she started doing shows. So when you're looking at the front door, you look to the left where that long table is, and that's where the bands would play, and you would jam up in there and play. And I just used to love to be a rascal. It started, was so nervous singing. I would do like performance art stuff, and I would run around, and I don't know. I was
I get nervous too. That's why I do some crazy shit too. Not that crazy, but you know what? I'm gonna try it out.
Try something interactive with the crowd. Hey, cut my shorts into booty shorts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Trust. And the twist of it then too is that bar was sketchy. It was not a cool. It was
you
not.
You did say this back there,
Yeah, it wasn't like you didn't go there if that show wasn't happening. They wouldn't let you. You wouldn't make it for long. It's just hardened old drunk fisherman dudes.
Yeah, the shift before the music would have booted you out. Like, get the fuck out of here.
So when the night bartender, that happens on tour a lot too. Sunday, Monday night shows are always like that, where it's like first bartender doesn't even know you're coming. That 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock guy. That's your guy, and you come back for him, and he's got you.
I kind of like that though.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool movie.
Yeah, I like that.
Crazy places. Yeah.
Keep all these motherfuckers.
Can we bring that back? Like, look, where in Bellingham can we bring this back? Let's do pop up shows.
Same spot, the cabin, dude.
Pop up shows, bro. Hey, Christian, I'm gonna come talk to you.
There you go.
But then let's have a burger while you rap.
Love it.
That'd be sick.
That's America, dude. Freedom.
Kelly,
9/11. That's what
9/11. Yeah, 4th of July. All that.
It's gonna be the 9/11 episode.
Oh Lord! All right, Kelly, what do you have planned? What's coming up that you want to promote? Thank you. Talk your shit.
Tell them.
What is coming up? Me getting back in my visual art game. You're gonna see that coming out strong again with my paintings and sculptures and stuff. I'm in this band Telekinesis now that I'm super excited about. It's not my music. I'm supporting him, but he's this really nice guy. He lives out in Cedro now, had a wonderful career in Seattle, still does. And we just met through friends of friends, and he just wants to play again. And it's the most purest, like he just wants to play and have fun.
That's it.
And we hang out. And we got a text thread going, little jokes already and memes and shit. Like
he said, best friends forever.
Real quick. That's it happened.
That's exactly how it is.
Yeah, it's fun. It's cool.
Nowhere.
It's cool when that happens. So that's something I'm really excited about. And engineering is my big thing right now. I'm going to work with some really great bands in the next couple months. I work with Membrane quite a bit.
Oh, sick.
Local queer hardcore. Turning into legends for being a band for like a year and a half or something. But they're like making waves, and I've got to make 3 records with them before this one, and we've been really, really planning this one more with like pre-production ideas and just like themes and how we're going to go slow and like what we're going to do, and a label we're trying to get it on, and the format. And there hasn't been something that I've worked on where it has such an end result that I think could get to that label that they want to. They've already done the pre-connection work with that. So it's not like we're going to get on this label. It's like they're doing,
we've been putting in,
they're doing that work.
Yeah.
So that's going to be really exciting. And I just I'm growing to where I love engineering more than playing, which is really interesting. It's a big shift. Like that's where keeps me up at night, or instead of like a melody in my head, I'm thinking about
I
like,
need to EQ that better.
yeah, or how could I move that microphone, or like, oh, I did that, you know, like, or I did that, you know, like I'm just glowing afterwards. And
I should have sidechained that delay on the bus track.
you know, always give it a shot. So those are the big ones. Look out for more Membranes coming out.
I'm gonna come through one day. I just want to check it out and just mess
Yeah,
around.
just come
Let's
over and hang out.
let's do a
It's
random
fun.
session.
Yeah, totally. I'd love to. That's cool. Yeah, I was thinking about that stuff, and I'm just excited to do that. And I figured out really cool live session formats where I can get bands in and out in a day and give them some hours of mix time and have it really work affordably and have results that I'm super proud of. Look out for Toilet Boys is about to come out with the record.
That's the hardest name I ever heard,
Toilet
bro.
Boys is sick. Toilet Boys is sick.
That shit, bro.
I love them. Benny from Benny Camps, you know Bennett?
Yeah.
He's playing drums in that and spearheading that idea, and a bunch of other kids in that.
You got the Benny Camp shirt
I
on
got
right
the
now.
Benny Camps on, repping those guys. We're working on a record right now that I hope will come out in September. That kid's a legend. He's already got another record he wants to crank before he moves in a couple months. And so I'm like so blessed right now to get to work with these bands that I really dig the music. I like the people, and that's what I get to do for fun, you know, and then like money and stuff too. But like, it's so cool that we get to do that. So it's like my work, you're going to hear my work, but like through the space that we get to provide, you're going to get to hear all these new records pretty soon. And on into the fall. So like that's just like, look out for Duos. That's a great new Bellingham band that needs to get out there more. All sorts of folks. We need to do it all at the same time so we don't be clicking.
I was just not trying to interrupt. I was going
Yeah. And I'm songwriting again too. I'm excited. That near death thing, it was really cool to lay there in bed but like be energized again and start from the bottom, you know, like I couldn't use my extremities that much. Weird shit with sepsis, your skin peels off, so like you literally like come out like kind of a different person. Like
you shed your skin.
You shed skin, which is a really weird thing to be like, what's going on now? And you look that up real quick and you're like normal. So like these new
Shout out WebMD.
It ain't
tell me
that's
I was
the only
dying.
time WebMD didn't make you think he was dying.
No,
you're good, bro. You're actually good on that.
this is part of
The most
process.
craziest shit, dude.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, so stuff like that. And then like drums was gone. I never thought I couldn't play again. And it was only like a month, 2 months, but like I couldn't do it.
In our minds, that's a long time.
It's a long time to know
2
it's
years,
not there.
2 years, 20
In
years.
your head doing nothing but sitting there like
That'd be a solid 2 years for sure.
So it's rad to come out with like new inspirations and new riffs and stuff. And I'm excited to songwrite for whatever it ends up being again. And Kurly Something was always what me and Scott, my bandmate, Titan Recording Studio, were feeling. So it never had like a full consistent genre.
Which is whatever.
It was whatever we were feeling, and they're all studio songs, so it didn't matter anyway. And then we got to this point where like, how do we do it live with just the two of us? And eventually did it with the full band, and so it's free now. I feel free again, man. Like I can do whatever I want again. So
I love it.
watch out for tracks coming too, and watch out for this track that we were talking about too. That what's that one I give you? Human Condition. Made that was like April 12th. That one came out 2020. So nowhere, you know, that was like I'm like we were about to be a band and play some shows again, you know, and then just yoink, and we got that out and did that afar and put that out, and I'm so proud of that song, and you know, I'd like that to get out there. Yeah, man, making space. Watch out. You know, there's going to be a lot of new bands coming out of Bellingham in the next year or two. People are going to start moving again. The community's getting older.
Where can they find the shows at Make.Shift? When can they find shows at Make.Shift?
Friday and Saturday, steady, every weekend, except for Art Walk. But, you know.
Oh, speaking of Art Walk, if this episode comes out before August 2nd, we're going to be set up at Art Walk doing interviewing anybody that walks by just about local music. So come see us. We will put a post up where we're actually located.
where we're gonna be posted.
Post it up. We're going to have a booth and everything. We're going to have a camera out and just talk to people walking by. So what's the favorite show you sang lately?
So where were you at during 9/11?
You want to ask the closing piece, bro?
Yeah, man. What we doing?
The one that's not checked, nigga.
Oh. No shit. So what's one piece of advice that you'd give to our listeners and viewers?
Just in life.
Just in life.
It doesn't have to be anything. See, this always gets everybody.
It's all right to take a break. Our culture says not to take a break, and it says to grind and sleep when you're dead, and it's not going to work. You know, like that's what this whole point really we've been getting at is like, take a break for love. Take a break to take a walk, to watch a movie. Everything you love that's music or passion, it's going to be there in a second. This culture we live in says never. I know, right? It says never stop.
Dude, I love
and nobody said that's not how humans are supposed to work in any means.
You're supposed to frolic in fields.
Chilling 20 hours a week getting food.
Dilly and dally.
You know, like.
And lock in.
Dilly dally.
It's lollygagging. Get it in there, you know, like get it in there where you can, like while you can, while there isn't a weird tragedy in your life or heaven forbid something worse, you know. So I think we could all just take a minute
break
to do
when
that.
Take a break.
Nothing's happening.
Everything's going to happen at the right time.
Yeah, stop looking at that phone for a couple hours, hang out, you know, just like take a break. Don't let those outside pressures get into you because it's in the back of our heads sometimes what we're supposed to do. And nobody wants to get tricked like that. You know, you want to be in charge of your destination the best you can with our circumstances, you know, but that's what I'd say. Be happy, take a break.
My favorite advice.
Watch TV in the daytime.
I want to clip this for. We're gonna clip this for the clip.
Just for the clip,
Yeah.
not the 9/11 stuff.
Yeah, not the 9/11.
I'm gonna do that myself. I'm gonna put it on my page. So speaking of 9/11, listen, perfect segue. But Kelly, thank you so much.
Thank you guys, man. I really appreciate you. Yeah,
Cheers.
right on.
Sure,
Yeah, long live the podcast. I hope it keeps working. Thanks for making this space.
Thank you.
Thank you
You're
for
hooking
doing what
people
you
up.
do. And I'm gonna call you soon because I think this Sunday we're gonna need a recording, not a recording, but a rehearsal space.
Sweet, I got you. Yep, cool.
Cool. We'll see you there.
Other than that, stay beautiful, stay hydrated. Shout out Menace Brewing. Shout out Lost Giants. We staying beautiful. Shout out my boy Bob and Binary Recording Studios. This has been a wonderful time. Have a great summer. Stay cool. Get out. Buy AC if you can. If not, go to McDonald's.
Buy a fan, nigga, at least something.
You can go to McDonald's or a gas station. I said hydrate. Hydrate again. Man.
Thanks again for tuning in to Shut Up and Listen. For more captivating content, including videos, articles, and everything music related, visit our website at shutupbeham.com. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button wherever you get your podcast and join the conversation by following us at Shut Up and Listen Beham on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Shut Up and Listen is proudly produced by Rocket Soul and Binary Recording Studio. Stay tuned for more fantastic episodes.